Guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're watching The Boys. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are watching episode 4 of season 4 of The Boys, and I've had a nice week to digest what we saw last week, and all 3 episodes was kind of a lot, and even though I separated them, it was still a lot of information to kind of put together. Now, with the 7, we've got Firecracker now on our team, and Sage. I don't want to call her sister Sage. It feels weird. I don't like it. They were added on to the team. Black Noir is an actor. Of course, the Deep is just the Deep, and A-Train might be the key to defeating Homelander. Now, again, we're only renewed to season 5, and then that's it, which I think was the plan all along. But I will say that I like A-Train wanting to do things for good because I really feel like he wants to make his brother proud. But I don't think that story ends well for A-Train. I really think him being the hero of a story or a scenario means Homelander's going to kill him. And I would like for A-Train to have like a full redemptive arc and actually be a hero and be a changed person. But when you're a soup, you know, like he said to MM when MM had tricked him with the cloning of the phone, he's like, you know, I can smear you all over this pavement. And it's stuff like that where I'm like, yeah, I don't know. Singing A-Train's praises might make him a little go in the Homelander direction. Not that I want A-Train dead, but I do feel like that would be a very heroic end for him. It was a long time. It took me a long time to get to that point, essentially. And there's no way that they're not going to figure it out that A-Train's helping, one, with the security footage, and then 2, Huey mysteriously, you know, being gone when Homelander gets to the roof. Now, Huey could have taken Temp V, 100%. That could have made him, like, you know, zap in and out like he was. What was he, a teleporter? He would have left clothes behind, but, you know, Homelander got mad and just went out. So I feel like Homelander's gonna know it was A-Train, and if he doesn't, like, I'd be shocked. The other thing that I'm like... It took me until after the episode to think about this, but Ryan and the cookies. When Butcher offers Ryan the cookies, Ryan's like, "What's that?" And he's like, "Oh, it's like your mom's recipe." I think Ryan can tell that it is not his mom's recipe. Ryan's not stupid. He knows that there's something wrong with those cookies. And then he's like, no thanks. And then he starts trying to get out of there. And that's when Butcher offers to play like foosball with him. And then they have like this conversation where Butcher very much is like open and honest with Ryan. A little bit about Lenny, a little bit about himself, a little bit about, you know, like how he's afraid to die. And like those raw, vulnerable moments mean so much to Ryan. And then Butcher going and throwing out the cookies. And he's like, "What'd you do that for?" And Butcher's like, "Too much sugar." Ryan can tell that there's not too much sugar in those cookies. There's no way Ryan didn't know about those cookies. So definitely, I think that built a lot of trust with Ryan and Butcher. Even if Butcher didn't mean to do it that way, it actually did. I'm sure Butcher was like, I need to be open with this kid. And I think looming death will do that to you. But I think also talking about Lenny, and not that he sees Lenny in Ryan, but like, you know, kind of being open with Ryan allows him to be sort of like, I don't know, it allows him a moment of vulnerability that maybe he wasn't with Lenny. So, but I do think that Butcher is seeing dead people. We know that he's talking to Becca. We still have to confirm that Kessler is no longer around, because Kessler has not interacted with anybody else. Kessler wouldn't be able to do this with Butcher behind the back of the CIA. Like, that's just not how the CIA is going to work with Butcher. And for sure, Mallory would have an issue with it. Mallory wouldn't even let him into the meeting room. So you think Mallory's going to let him do a behind the scenes like op? I don't think so. So I know that was a theory that was out there, is that Kessler's dead and it's kind of like an angel devil where it's Becca and Kessler. And I don't know, I think maybe the tipping point for Butcher to actually do something would be Lenny. Like, and I don't know what that something is. I don't know if it's just 100% save Ryan or 100% kill Ryan or use him as a weapon or find like common ground someplace. I don't know. It's a lot of theories to try to put together with really zero, absolutely zero proof of most of this. But I'm also interested in seeing Frenchie and Kimiko's story. A lot of people were upset about it, and I was like, did we assume that they were going to be a romantic couple? Because that's interesting. Like, he helped like free her from a child trafficking ring. Like, that does not mean that like the first person that like helped her that, you know, they fall in love with, even he's a lover. He's always been a lover and a bit of a fighter, and she's definitely a fighter. But just because he saved her doesn't mean now like they have like this bond and they need to be together. But she found somebody that she trusts. And that's what's the most important thing, is that they trust each other implicitly. So much that they go on missions with each other when she's drunk and he's high. And like they help each other through those things. That's exactly what a friend would do. And I don't mind the Frenchie storyline about him being with Colin at all. I don't know why it would bother anybody, really. Like, you should just be happy that like they're happy, even though he's mingling with the wrong person for the wrong reasons. I mean, he might have actual feelings for him, but the fact that he's also responsible for Colin's family's death is heavy. And being responsible for anybody's death should be heavy. But like the vicinity and the proximity to that person, it's too much. It's too much. And that's the only thing that I'm kind of disappointed in Frenchie, is that like he's allowing himself to go there. And I don't know if it's to give Colin love that he can no longer receive. Not that he's receiving that type of love from his family, but like to feel close to somebody. And that might be why, you know, Colin went to drugs, is because he lost his family, and, you know, Frenchie's trying to help him out that way. Not everybody thinks correctly in certain scenarios, but like also I don't mind it. I don't mind it at all. I think it's weird when people do. I don't know. Homelander and Ryan is very sad because Homelander is really trying to be parented. He's trying to parent the way he wished he was parented, which is with like love and try to like, you know, give the kid whatever he wants, but it's not what Ryan wants. It's what Homelander wanted when he was a kid. And the whole scene with Anthony Starr, like talking to all the different Homelanders, was just metaphorically, he's shattered for sure, but like definitely there is a breakdown that he's going through, because one, he's kind of faced a little bit with mortality in the sense that he does see himself aging. He overhears the guys talking about how they really have to smooth out his skin for like movies, and, you know, he's finding and collecting gray hairs, and I think that like scares him, because he thought he was impenetrable. Stormfront was young for like a really long time. I don't know how that's possible. I don't know if like there's a secret at Vought that like makes them younger or something, but like, you know, that could just be one of her superpowers is her regeneration, is that she just stays a certain age. But Homelander is cracking. He's really, really cracking. And the way he yelled at Ryan, the way he gets upset with Ryan, the way he doesn't understand why Ryan's upset that he killed Coy. He thought Ryan was upset that Homelander like arrived in the scene, because that's what would upset Homelander, is somebody stealing his thunder. And he doesn't understand what a father is and what a father is supposed to do. And until he kind of gets that, like, he will not get any trust from Ryan. We have MM trying to recruit A-Train for help. And I understand why Huey wouldn't want that, you know, because A-Train killed Robin, and Starlight worked with A-Train, and, you know, like he almost died in front of her and she saved his life. I think that was back in like season 1. But, you know, they also ended up bringing back Soldier Boy that killed MM's family. So at this point, turnabout's fair play. You work with who you work with to get the job done. You're just going to have to bite the bullet. And in this case, and in this show, you might end up biting a bullet. Let's see. I'm trying to think of, with Sage and the Deep. Now, look, I don't think that she does anything by accident. I don't think that I think her plans are so well thought out that she sees things steps ahead. And when something might not go the way that she thinks it's going to go, she's able to pivot because she's already thought of the ways that she needs to do thing. Her sitting on the couch watching trash TV, eating a blooming onion, and then having sex with a deep, I think was part of a plan. Now a lot of people were pointing out that there was like a lobotomy tool that like maybe she lobotomizes herself. I don't know how you do that and not be in a surgical setting. I thought when they panned out that like they weren't eating a bloomin' onion, that she found the octopus and killed the octopus with it. I don't know. I'm pretty sure he would have tasted octopus, but like I'm just like, I don't know what that was, but I can't wait to find out because Sage is a really interesting character to me. Do I like her? I like her character because she's such an unknown, and it is definitely playing chess and not checkers with her. So like trying to foresee something that she's going to think of or do, like, because I was like, she's totally going to know that MM and all of them are after her, and you know she was right. So it's I don't know, maybe she didn't foresee Homelander killing I forgot what her name is, but she was the one that ate an almond joy in front of Black Noir, even though he was allergic. And, you know, she was always there at security or in the IT department, whichever one it was. And I really liked her. And I'm sure Sage maybe was covering for A-Train. I don't know what Sage's endgame is ultimately what I'm trying to say, is that, like, she's got to know that how Homelander is going to react. He's going to lie about that somebody's safe. The way that she, like, told Deep, like, don't let Ashley talk to you that way. And then he stood up to Ashley, and Ashley is now afraid of the Deep. I think winning him over by, like, sleeping with him, giving him, like, nice little treats and all that stuff. Like, the Deep is on a very, like, shallow level with certain things, and that's a way to get him on her side. And she knows that that's like the way to do it with him. You know, with other people, it's like actually stroking their intellect or, you know, like their egos or whatnot. But with the Deep, it's very surface level. So like between him standing up to Ashley and then having the support of Sage and her empowering him, I do feel like he's going to have a moment where he might stand up to Homelander, and I don't know how that's gonna go. If he does stand up to Homelander, I fear for is it Ambrosina, something like that, the octopus, Tilda. We're just gonna call her Tilda because the other name is But I feel like Homelander has got to know that she's in that closet. Oh, what else didn't we cover? Let's see. Newman meeting with Homelander and Sage at the Ice Capades, and the whole Ice Capades thing just going quite to shit. It was satisfying. Jesus just ripping people's necks with his skates, running over hands. It was so delightful. But you know, Newman is they're trying to find a way, I think, to manipulate Newman to where the president is trying to get rid of Newman because she's a soup, and it has very X-Men where it's, we don't want mutants, we don't want them to have powers, or we don't want them to be here at all. And then there's like the mutants that are like, all humans are stupid and bad, let's get rid of them. And then there's the big mass majority that's like, can we just all get along? So I still have hope for Newman. I really like her character, and I'm glad we're expanding on her a little bit more this season. But guys, I have been talking for 15 minutes. Are you still here? Gosh. Everyone knows I like to talk, but like, you don't want to hear my theories? Like, come on. You want to hear my theories? Okay, guys, I'm not going to take any more time. I'm going to get into this episode. It is 5:17 a.m. So I have to hurry up and go to work after this. So let's go.
My dad, he had a stroke.
I'm really sorry, Huey.
Mom?
You need to go back to the start.
Yep.
You need to go home.
Yeah, I forgot about Huey's mom too in the postpartum, which, by the way, a reason is not an excuse for the people who had an issue with that. No one's excusing her actions. We just understand them better.
Hey, Marty. The security cameras upstairs just went black. Hey, Phil.
It's always a good sign, yeah.
Phil.
Oh, Phil's dead. Oh, I'm sorry, everybody. You dead. Oh, son, you're gonna die. Building so much tension. Oh. Is it a trick?
I brought up Fudgy the Whale. Do me a favor, could you get a plate, some forks? Thank you so much.
Oh, I don't buy it. Oh, I don't like when he's nice. It worries me.
Come on, don't be shy before it melts. Please, come on in.
Sweet home.
There you go.
Oh, no. Yeah, what's going on with you, Butcher? Some people said it was a worm. I thought it was a vein. Worm it is. Worm it is. Oh! Oh! Fuck.
Get up. Get up.
Are you fucking kidding me?
I'm sorry, your father's condition meets the criteria for brain death.
Might not seem like it, but it is the most humane thing.
Humane? You're pulling his feeding tube so he starves to death, right?
Huey, it's what he wanted.
That's so hard. That's so hard.
How long? Before,
A couple of days at most.
Can we stop doing dead dads on my channel? My Patreon is all dead dads right now. What? What are we looking at? No! Oh god, he's not gonna do something like give him V, right?
And get an exclusive sneak peek of Training 8.
Tonight, 8/7 Central on The Whole Truth.
Oh, The Whole
After their
Truth.
bloody campus rampage, Marie Moreau and the other Godolkin Four have seemingly vanished into a dark, gaping hole.
Gaping hole.
Your PR department is kind of shitting the bed.
I just okayed a huge marketing spin.
Yeah, your ad buys during CSI Las Vegas are definitely winning over the left the TV on because they're dead. Definitely.
Ow. Yeah, gotta go to the streaming market.
Some guy broke in and they found my parents first.
You were there.
The gunshots woke me up.
Oh,
Coming down the hallway, so I just hid under my bed. All I saw was his ankle. He had these scars, all these burns, maybe. A lot of nightmares about those.
oh boy.
I'm sorry.
Man, this is not gonna go well, Frenchie. You have got to end this. Yeah. All of a sudden he's wearing crew socks. People will be like, are you trying to be like Gen Z?
What are they doing?
Wow. Well, that'll be fun for you.
That bitch.
I mean, I hate Firecracker, but I feel bad for her as well.
Then blast the articles to the top of their social feeds until 100 million people are outraged by Starlight for reasons they can't even explain.
Dope.
Thank you for speaking deep. I say dope all the time.
I find you repulsive in a way that's difficult to quantify, and I'm fucking amazing at quantifying. So.
I love that. I love that face.
Figured this could be your big finish.
What?
You know, when I first met you, I thought you were kind of uppity, but
Of course you
you're
did.
one of the good ones.
We are the new kids in the 7.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta look out for each other.
Oh god, what did she give Firecracker? Oh my god, I can't stand her.
How about a game of waste paper basketball?
I'm sorry?
First of 3, and tell you what, make it interesting.
Oh, what
you
are
win,
you doing?
I'll let you knock off early, go see the fam.
Okay.
Excellent.
Oh, God. This is absolute torture. It's a long drag out.
I once saw you take a shot of the wastebasket, and you nailed it, and you don't remember.
Uh-oh.
Oh, wow. Yeah, you were sitting there, and, well, I was in this oven here, and you made the shot. You did a little fist pump to celebrate, and then you turned up the temperature to see if you could burn my skin. You remember that, right? Your turn.
Again, it doesn't excuse anything, but it at least you have an understanding.
Hey, Frank.
Oh, boy.
This is my last shot. Why don't you go and watch from in there?
John, why don't we...
Homelander.
Oh, boy. He's gonna burn him alive.
Thank you.
See, this is what I'm afraid that they would do to Ryan.
I'm sorry. You're sorry? Now? Why? You were just doing your job, right?
Wow, Anthony Starr.
And I bet you would have won.
Oh my God.
I forgive you.
I am happy we're going back to the beginning. I think we needed to see all of this. I'd say these poor people, but they had no problem torturing a child. Superpowers or not.
Thanks, by the way, for being my muscle.
Is he getting V for his dad?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Sage is on my ass, stares at me like I'm fucking dead. You thought this was a good time to be seen together?
I need a dose of Compound V.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the chick that Kimiko saw.
My dad's about to die. V's the only thing that can save him.
I don't think so, Huey.
If I do this, we're good. Forever?
Yes.
Huey. You can't give your dad V. It's not what he wants.
What?
Yeah, no
I'm
doubt.
sorry, but it's my dad. What else was I supposed to do?
Honor his wishes? Oh! Fuck! Oh! Ugh. Is it the chick that Kimiko saw?
You're those guys!
Yep. Oh, what are we doing? Oh, bulletproof. Kimiko!
Okay. I got it. Love lift us up where we belong.
God, I wish I could drink in the morning before work. Don't ignore it, MM.
Emma, got a favor to ask.
Oh.
You're in the position to ask for a favor? I need you to get Ryan away from Homelander. Oh, Butcher. Get him out of there. Raise him. Raise him? You're the best dad I know him.
Oh.
Best fucking anyone.
That might be one of the nicest things you've ever said to me, but...
It is.
What if Ryan doesn't want to go?
Then you've got to make him.
White trash walking.
White trash walking.
We just want a little chin wag, all.
Talk American?
Right. You remember that magical summer when you was 28? And you met that lovely 15-year-old boy who tickled your fancy and... Oh, then tickled more than that, didn't he? Hmm?
Ew.
Whatever voodoo boss lawyers pulled to get your statutory charges dropped, I don't think they're gonna matter too much to your evangelical audience back there.
You're gonna tell us
I don't know.
everything you know.
I feel like that audience
about
typically
Sage
is
and her
just
grand plan.
they gloss
Or
over that shit sometimes.
I hit this little tweet button here.
How about I just send it myself?
Whoops.
Around and find out.
Yeah, her audience isn't gonna care, unfortunately.
Any January, 12 letters, that's 2 more 6s. 666. What more proof could you possibly need?
Ain't no way to sugarcoat this. I had inappropriate relations with a sweet young man.
Sweet young man. He's 15.
But the moment of my greatest weakness was also the moment that pushed me to my eternal salvation. I was born again, and my sins were washed away by the tears of his love.
And all was forgiven.
Praise the Lord!
Y'all ever hear that story about her very first save? She was only 13 years old, and, well, gunmen came into Walmart and took hostages. She blinded one of those hostages that day, a mother of 3. But she just went on, smiling for those cameras, like none of it ever happened.
And she was 13.
Starlight's no hero. She never was.
Remember Ryan's first save when he smashed somebody into the side of a building? Ooh. I don't know if you want to look at that. Oh my god, if I had super speed, I would be running fast everywhere. It's milk! Oh, in like baby bottle sizes. This is a mistake.
A-Train! What the fuck are you doing here? Taking V, huh?
What the hell are you doing in here?
Yeah, good
Nothing.
question.
You left a floater in his toilet?
That was there when I got here.
That is the most pathetic clapback that I have ever seen.
That's what she can do.
Looks like we both have a problem.
Looks like we do.
So, what do we do about it?
Absolutely nothing. Let's carry on.
Marty. Yeah, come here for a sec.
This is gonna be so fucked up.
I'd like to apologize. For Frank.
Sure,
I guess I got a little grumpy.
Little grumpy.
I'm sorry.
Little grumpy.
Can you forgive me?
No.
Of course.
Yeah.
These things happen.
These things happen. No, they don't. They literally don't.
I was always nice to you.
Oh,
That's right.
quit kissing ass.
You were. Mostly.
Mostly. Uh-oh.
Well, you remember the nickname you had for me, right? Squirt.
Oh. Is that awful?
I used to be left in there for hours, days on end,
Oh,
completely
boy.
alone. But growing boys have certain needs, shall we
Ew.
say. So I had about a couple of minutes to myself to do what boys do.
Squirt.
and that would be the only time of day that I would feel anything good. You had a really, really good laugh at me. Remember?
Oh, God.
And that's when you nicknamed me Squirt.
Oh, man. Oh, you're gonna die, Marty. Oh, boy.
I do want you to jerk off in front of us right now. Hey, guys, come on over here. Come on. Yeah.
Oh, man.
We're all gonna laugh at you.
Just say no, you're gonna die anyway.
No, don't be shy. Take your pants down. Now.
He's gonna kill you anyways. Why bother?
Mm-hmm. Oh, we're not off to a great start, huh? Tell you what, I'll give you a little motivation. You get hard right now, or I'm gonna lazy your dick off.
He's probably gonna do that anyway.
Use it or lose it, Marty. Your life is literally in your hands.
Oh my gosh.
Come on, squirt. Yes! I'm sorry. Okay. It's okay. Honestly.
He's still gonna laser him.
Oh. That's a fucking squirt, Marty.
Stop it, John.
Oh.
Please put him out of his misery.
I forgive you, Marty.
Oh, yeah, same.
Can we talk in private?
Barbara's not really that afraid of him, huh?
It's more comfortable in my office.
No, I think in here is better.
Oh, Barbara. Wow. He loves torturing people. It's really interesting to see why. Oh! Oh my god! How long does it take Kimiko to recover from that, though? His little box cutter. Oh! Come on, Huey. Come on, Huey. Oh! Good for you, buddy! Good job, kiddo. Alright. Oh! A box cutter. Oh! Good job, Huey. Oh, man. She destroyed Kimiko to let her heal to just fight her.
あんた覚えてる？アイスクリームで私を釣ってキャンプに放り込んで闘技場に引きずり出したこと。死ぬかどっちかだって。キミコ。
Uh-oh. Seeing how flawed a lot of our characters are from their childhood and their start makes you understand them better, doesn't it?
Bonjour.
Bonjour, mademoiselle. Are you here?
Oh, no.
6 months ago, Starlight visited a clinic.
What the fuck?
She found out that she was pregnant and she had an abortion.
Are those my fucking medical records?
Did she do that? I'm more upset that, I didn't know about it, but not that she did it.
So you want to tell me that those teens over there, that they're safe with her, with that baby killer?
Oh, Annie. Oh, Annie.
Annie, wait.
Oh, fuck.
Frenchie. So embarrassing. I'm Firecracker's biggest fan. I was just looking for our souvenir.
Oh, God.
So you finally came to
I'm not upset, but it doesn't look good for It doesn't look good for Starlight. And of course, Sage is willing to sacrifice Firecracker. Oh!
How's that for uppity, cracker?
Oh boy.
Billy, come on, get up!
What is that worm?
Come on, get up!
What happened? Oh, he's everywhere. He's hanging from the ceiling. Oh. Oh, part of his face. Yeah, what caused that?
Shit.
Frenchie! Oh my god, Frenchie.
What the fuck happened?
Come on, let's get the fuck out of here.
I wish Busher would have answered that question, because I'd like to know what happened. That worm went fucking nuts.
Not one of them had the backbone to stand up and say, this is wrong.
Because they were scared.
I was a child.
They were scared. And they paid some poor runaway $2,000 to carry the embryo to term. But you lasered her guts open from the inside. You rose in the air with your umbilical cord still attached like some creature out of myth.
Yeah, that's terrifying.
You could have broken out of here anytime you wanted. We couldn't have stopped you, but you didn't.
Oh boy.
Because you couldn't stand the idea that we would be disappointed in you. Your need for approval and for love?
Yeah.
But brought in the best psychologists in the world. We developed the protocol to carefully engineer that need so that you would be obedient. Your need for love is so deep. It's so human. You'll never be able to overcome that.
It's true, I think.
You know, I really do want to share with you why I called this the bad room.
I'm sure you do. Oh, Barbara.
Colleen, please. All right, I gotta get you up.
Colleen, boom, please stop! Stop being so fucking nice to me.
Oh, God.
It was me. What was you?
Oh, God. I'm glad they're not delaying this.
It was you? I'm sorry.
I'm sorry he's not gonna cut it.
Come on. Do it.
Frenchie wants to be, like, let go of all the pain, the torment. Ugh.
Most people, their brains grow till they're about 25, then stop forever. Mine doesn't. It regenerates constantly.
I know a lot of people in this show that would need regeneration.
I want you to put this inside me.
Her brain.
It's the worst dildo I've ever seen, but...
No. In my eye. Here.
Whoa. Is that how you do a lobotomy?
You give me a frontal lobotomy, and I don't have to fucking be me for a couple hours.
That's just fucking gross.
I'll let you ass me while we watch the Kim and Ray J video.
Okay, so where do you want me to put it? Just right there?
Told you, surface level. The deep is not deep at all.
Now, use the hammer.
The hammer.
Tap, tap.
He's the least capable. Maybe he's not incapable, but like this is the last person I would ask to give me a frontal lobotomy.
It's weird.
Okay.
But think about how many characters have holes in their brains right now that could use her regenerative powers.
Hey, are you okay?
Uh-huh. So, hey.
Hey.
I have another flavor town for you. My pussy.
Yes.
All he has to do is make her stupid. Face down, ass up. Kimiko, come on. Did Huey know about the abortion? Again, I don't care. Do what you gotta do. But did he know?
Look, I saw the firecracker thing. That fucking asshole.
No, I shouldn't have lost it.
How could you not lose it? That was like the most private thing between you and me. And
okay, he did. He did. Okay. Good thing Homelander's torturing people
It was bullshit,
6 floors
right?
below.
You're not gonna forgive me.
He doesn't have to forgive you.
Yeah, thought so.
You can just let it
Wait.
go.
You're right. I was gonna tell you to go f yourself, but I changed my mind. We're good.
I love that. Because really holding a grudge just keeps you angry.
Fucking dog wanker.
How is Butcher here?
What you gonna do with that then?
Look, you're probably the only guy that would understand, but I was gonna give it to my dad. I know it's insane and terrible, but what other choice do I have?
Any other?
Honor his wishes.
There's enough here. Could save you too.
I already took some. Nicked it out of Frenchie's desk 4 months ago. Thought it might kill me.
Oh, wow.
To have powers?
No.
Got a worm.
I'm telling you, quit while you're behind. You'll only make matters worse.
Yeah, don't give it to your dad, kiddo.
What happened to me back there?
Yeah. So the V might have actually done something. It's not saving his life, but it did something. He doesn't have the breathing thing on anymore. Did they like actually take that off and let him starve? Why?
No. I just need some air.
What is up with her? She didn't nick it out of his pocket, did she? She did. I'm all for Simon Pegg still being on the show. Don't get me wrong, but this is not what he wanted. Oh, what did he do to Barbara? Oh. This song. They know how to set a mood, don't they? Love lift us up where we belong. World below. That coffee is ice cold.
Lives you and I.
Lives. Oh, the fade out. Oh, the 80s fade out. You have to love it. Jesus, that was loud. Well, that was an episode where we revisited a lot of childhood traumas or bad things that we have done in our lives, except MM. But yeah, you know, Butcher shooting the compound V to try to save his life, and it's not regenerating something, but there's definitely something happening. Maybe because he's kind of a worm. His superpower is a worm, and maybe the worm is eating his brain. I don't know, but the fact that we did get it confirmed that Sage is doing lobotomies on herself to make herself stupid because her brain regenerates. Now, we learned in Gen V with polarity that brain matter is finite. And then we have Butcher, who's got a hole, a big mass in his brain. And even Tech Knight, who has cancer. It's funny because the last episode I was like, can soups get cancer? Yeah, they've been talking about it the entire time. It's probably because it's a soup I don't care about. Like if Tech Knight died, I'd be like, holes will be safe. But, you know, knowing that she can regenerate brain matter, that's really interesting. And I don't know if we can use that to help save anyone's life, but I do know that there are people that need their brain to regenerate or else they're going to die. Somebody else that was going to die, and honoring his wishes is what we should have done. And I don't know if she lifted it off of Huey, if he had sat down on the bed and it fell out of his pocket, but the mom giving Compound B to save Hugh Sr.'s life, it's not what he would have wanted. But I say that in real life scenario, you should not be doing that kind of stuff. But for the show and having Simon Pegg around for much longer and hopefully in a bigger role and doing amazing things, I don't know, maybe he won't even do amazing things. Maybe his superpower is, I don't know, like joint regeneration. So like all of his like ankles and knees are like really super healthy until the day he dies. I don't know. I don't know. I can't wait to see what's going to happen in the next episode, because obviously with Butcher, it didn't heal him. It didn't save his life. It didn't give him longevity. And I don't know what it's going to do to Huey's dad necessarily. Like it could just have woken him up. But again, a stroke, you know, with the brain, Sage, there's a lot there that has to do with brains. I will say that A-Train helping Huey and having that moment with Ashley leaving the floater, which, you know what, she's only human. She can only do so much to piss off Homelander and get away with it. Although I feel like he can tell whose poops are from whom. I don't know. He's got a super sniffer that way. But them having that moment where he's like, well, I guess we both need each other's help with this situation, this scenario. And then Huey shaking his hand. Like, you don't have to, like, forgive anybody if you don't want to, you know, but to hold a grudge and to carry that anger and that resentment all the time, all that does is hurt you. It never hurts the other person, right? It's that old adage about, like, drinking poison. Like, holding a grudge is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. I think Huey needed to do that, especially because he needs to move on from Robin, because like he'll never find peace with that. And I think he realizes that, like, he's never going to get her back and it's never going to feel justified no matter what. So you have to like kind of lay it to rest a little bit and let it go. I don't know how you do that. Easy for me to say. The whole rivalry with Firecracker and Starlight, I get it. Being bullied, like, I don't know the type of bullying she received, but it sounded awful. It felt awful. It seemed to have tanked her pageant career. And knowing that, you know, Starlight, while being taught and driven by her mother, doesn't have such a great past. And even like the first save when she was 13 and blinding someone, you know, she's 13. Ryan killed someone at his first save, right? When it comes to Soups, I don't know what the level of forgiveness is for those mistakes, because they're different than humans, right? But her private medical records being used against her, I was more upset because we didn't know about it, and more so that we didn't know about it because I didn't know if Huey knew about it. And the fact that it was a decision that her and Huey made, I think that that's great. They both weren't ready. And I think that that's a very mature, responsible thing, is understanding that you're not in a position to have a child, to bear a child, to take care of a child, to raise a child. You know, a lot of people think that it's just like time and energy, but a lot of it is like resentment that can happen. And I don't think two people who become pregnant and that there is a piece of both of them that it's an easy decision to make. It's devastating. And making the decision that's best for you overall is the best decision. And that being broadcast to the entire world, I didn't mind seeing Firecracker get her ass beat at all. And the religious guy who, you know, touches kiddos and he's doing creepy things at the club and all that, not sad that he got blown up. But I want to know how. Frenchie and Colin, thankfully that wasn't a long story, only because like the longer it would go on, the more I'd feel bad for Colin. And Frenchie, you know, being overcome with guilt and showing him the scar, thank God it happened in the same episode in which we learned about it, because we needed that to be out in the open. There's nothing anyone can say or do to make Frenchie's guilt go away. Like, there's no forgiveness there. You know, like, Frenchie has to live with the thing that he did. And, you know, he's trying his best to somehow make amends. I don't think that it's a forgivable offense at all. And I think he wanted to die and he would be perfectly fine with Colin killing him. And that makes me really sad. But, like, I don't know how you live with that heaviness either. So, like, I feel bad for Frenchie, but I also equally understand, like, the need to, like, end it because you can't bear it any longer. Not that I ever agree with that kind of stuff or that I'm okay with it, but, like, I understand it. Again, a lot of the stuff about, like, the abandonment because of the postpartum and all that, people are like, that doesn't give her the excuse to abandon her child. No one said it was an excuse. No one said that it was okay, but we understand it differently. We now have more to the story than just she up and left and was like, I don't feel like being a mom. Like, that's not what happened. It is like literally she thought it was the best thing for her child to not have her around because of the condition she was in. So a lot of these things that, like, we're finding out about the characters, especially the things with, like, Frenchie and, you know, even Starlight's past, it's not like I'm going like, but I like them, so there's a free pass. I'm understanding it and I'm still kind of upset about it. To where you can see Homelander was tortured when he was a child, and Barbara giving, like, reasoning as to why. Like, I understand it. I get it. I still don't think that that means that it's okay to torture a child, the way they manipulated him emotionally to want to, you know, have this need to be loved. You know, like, it's all manufactured to make Homelander who he is today. Her being trapped in a room with decaying dead bodies, I think that's devious. That's devious. Do I think any of them deserve to die? I don't think anyone ever really deserves to die for anything that they've done, but a penance needs to be paid, and I don't know what that is. But to Homelander, it's, let's just torture them and make life hard for them and, like, make them remember or have bad memories like Barbara, or, you know, get burnt alive or have your dick shot off. Oh, God. I knew that that was not going to go well when he showed up with the cake. At all. At all. Did the rest of the people deserve to die? I don't know what else they're doing down there other than trying to torture more soups, more soup kids. You know, after Godolkin and then this, I'm kind of like, I don't feel bad. I'm not going to miss the character. And it's easy to kind of forget that they ever existed. You know, when your crimes are that punishable. But it's, like, really interesting that we could have Starlight that, you know, someone dug into her past and found out that she had an abortion, and, like, that's front and center. That's, oh my God, that's news. But I was 28 years old and had sex with a 15-year-old, and it turned me to the ways of Jesus. That seems to be forgivable? I don't know. I think they're, like, it's, I don't know how to say this without being offensive in some way or not, but a lot of the times, a lot of people on the evangelical right are willing to forgive a whole host of other things because they have that one thing that they think is unforgivable, and they will not forgive. Or even if they learn that that happened on this side, well, now they found Jesus, so it's okay. They're saved. And it just, like, really angers me to my core that you can't just see somebody as a flawed human rather than now they're perfect because they have, you know, found themselves again. They are born again, instead of just having a flawed human that you can just decide whether or not you liked their decision or not. And I don't like when judgment's passed necessarily, but, like, you're allowed to just go, yeah, they're just not really for me anymore. Like, I don't have a lot in common with that person, and that's okay. But outright rage and just hatred and all that, it seems really silly to me when people are just so angry and they're so mad and they're so blinded by that rage that they like don't see like how ridiculous something is. So it's really interesting, and a lot of people are like saying like, oh, the political commentary of the show is like really turning me off. I don't know if you've been watching the entire time, but it's always kind of had that. Like, they pretty much always showcased what's happening in the world in a very Vought soup kind of way. So I don't know, like I'm like the Nazi commentary from last season we didn't catch on to, or was that the season before? I don't even remember. It's always been there, so I kind of like, you just haven't been paying attention, have you? And it's funny because seeing all of our characters that we know and love have parts about themselves that maybe we don't love or like at all, and then seeing Homelander and how he was tortured as a child, the response to a lot of it is what you kind of have to judge on. Starlight losing her cool is not okay. Was it satisfying? Yeah. But like, it ended up hurting her cause. And it's always the response to something is that I watch. Now, I don't know what to expect in the next episode. Obviously, I don't know if we're going to have a superpowered dad. If super dad's a thing, great. If it just gives him enough time to, I don't know. I mean, he had a stroke. I don't know if it fixes the stroke. If it didn't fix Billy's brain, it's probably not going to fix his dad's brain. So he might be alive, but like not fixed. You know, he might still be a little bit absent. I'm not quite sure what strokes do. I know there's different levels of strokes. So if he had a stroke that actually was bad enough to make him brain dead, then he might still just be a vegetable, but like not there, not present. Ooh, it'd be really nice if he had like telepathy or something, or that he could like talk to Huey without like talking. You know what I mean? I don't know. Now I'm just like guessing. So I don't know where this goes from here, but Homelander had a very satisfying day as far as he's concerned. I think him going back to the beginning and exercising the demons is going to fix that. But the fact that Ryan is still a thing and Ryan is still afraid of him and he desperately still wants Ryan's love, I don't think it's fixed. He might have gotten a small bit of satisfaction for the time being, but I don't think that will be long lasting for him at all, because he needs continuous love. So I think he needs like continuous validation as well. And I think he needs to be validated on that he did the right thing or whatever. Sage was really interesting. Sharing that with the Deep. I don't know if I would have let the Deep lobotomize me. Of all the people in the show, I feel like the Deep is like the dum-dum of the group, but like he was so motivated about being able to like do it his way, the way he wants to, whatever, go to Pound Town, Flavor Town, whatever town down, downtown, uptown, I'm not sure what we're gonna call that, but he was more than happy to help Sage with that after he was like motivated with his choice of fun. God, he's so shallow. The Deep, shallow. He's the shallow. That's what he is. And I know it's supposed to be a play on his name. Oh man, the show continues to surprise me, and I love it. I can't wait to find out really what's going on with Butcher's Worm, what's going on with Dad. Like Sage and the Deep, like having like their kinship. Now A-Train and Ashley kind of have like a little like, Annie, whatever she's dealing with, now that the president is like, we had him. I don't think we had him. I don't think we had him at all. But I think she's gonna, I don't know how we redeem Starlight in the public's eye to help the movement go forward to bring down Vought, because I don't think Vaught's coming down easily, and I don't think they're going down in the 4th season. So maybe at the end of season 5 we'll see some comeuppance, but in the meantime we're going to see Starlight tortured pretty badly with her past and things that she's said and done and that she's having to pay for now. So guys, if you want to watch full-length reaction to this episode, it will be available on my Patreon, but in the meantime, remember to like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. What did you think about everything? What did you think about Homelander getting his revenge or exercising his demons? Do you think it's fair what Firecracker did to Starlight? I don't think so, personally. I think that's a very personal choice. But I don't think it's okay that Firecracker seems to feel that she can be forgiven for what she did simply by saying that it was the way of Jesus. I hate that excuse. I hate that excuse so much. What do you think's going on with Butcher? Because, like, truly, I think he's got a sixth sense thing going on where he sees dead people. And we've seen a lot of Becca, so I'm expecting to see Jeffrey Dean Morgan. I already forgot his damn name. Joe something? Jeffrey Dean Morgan. I think he's also equally dead, and it's probably Butcher's fault, and that's why he's seeing him, is because he feels guilty, which is probably the reason why I feel like at some point he's going to see Lenny. Maybe he took the juice and the worm makes him see dead people. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe he's going to see the preacher he blew up at some point. I don't know. That'd be really interesting because Billy's killed a lot of people. So if he keeps seeing people that he's killed or that he's responsible for their death some way, somehow. Yikes. I know he's not really responsible for Becca's death, but like he feels responsible for it. So I don't know. I want to see more with him and Ryan for sure. But what was the thing that made you the most uncomfortable? And what was the thing that gave you the most satisfaction? Because seeing Firecracker punched out, that felt very satisfying to me. Although bad for Annie, great for me. Because I'm like, you know what? There's like some people that I would just, even if it's a smack across the face, I think I'd be okay with it. Just witnessing it, just being like, satisfying. Yeah. I don't know. We all have a little bit of that inside of us, that vindictive side, but like, what was satisfying to you and was absolutely horrific for you? I'm sure a lot of guys, the dick part, every episode of The Boys relates to a dick some way, somehow. That correlation remains the same. So guys, come back here for the next episode. I'm glad that we're at 1 a week. 3 was a lot. Poor Xander edited his fingers off. But I am thoroughly enjoying this season. I like it a lot. And I like that it's making us question the people that we were supporting the whole time, which is what you should do when you support people, is question the things that they've said, that they've done, and that they are continuing to do. And if you're not doing that and you're just blindly following somebody and saying it's okay, you might want to think about that. So I will leave you guys with that. And in the meantime, I got to wash my face, get this makeup off, and go to work. All right. See ya.